Welcome back to another episode of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll be right back with today's tech expert, but let's give a shout out to our podcast partners, the Global Community of Women in High School Sports, the Florida Coaches Coalition, We Coach, and Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. You've heard me say before, these are four great organizations. You need to check them out. And now don't hit that fast forward button. Stay with us for the next 3 minutes and listen to our sponsorship shout outs. We want to thank Gipper for their support of the podcast. Go to Gipper.com and see how athletic directors are creating world-class content for their school's social media channel. You can do it in seconds on any device. When you go to Gipper.com, use our code ADPOD10 and you'll get 10% off. That's Gipper.com. Create custom content for your school's social media channel. We also want to thank Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. You know, they're on a mission to bring your school's legacy to life. The Wall of Fame is an interactive touchscreen video console that highlights the athletic, academic, and artistic achievements of your students, both past and present. It also allows you to tell more compelling stories that are going to highlight the best aspects of your school. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com to check out their products. And when you're ready to buy, use the link vitalsignswalloffame.com/Jake and get 5% off. That's Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Bring your school's legacy to life. We also want to thank Snap Mobile, the parent company for an entire suite of platforms designed to help you as an athletic director. There's Snap Store, Snap Connect, Snap Manage, and of course, there's Snap Raise, their fundraising platform that we've used with great success, and so can you. They even have an option where you can get your funding before you actually start your fundraiser. I don't think anybody else offers that. Go to snapraise.com and get started today. That's snapraise.com. We also want to thank Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Go to hometownticketing.com. They're going to show you how to set up and sell your tickets online, not just for athletic events, but things like school plays and concerts, school dances, even graduation. And the best thing, they're going to provide you with a dedicated client success manager that provides hands-on support every step of the way. That's every step of the way. Go to hometownticketing.com and get started today. Simple and easy online ticketing. We want to say thanks to Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. One of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. We use it for home games, but we also use it for pep rallies, for signing ceremonies. It's tremendously versatile, and the customer service is just outstanding. Go to sidelineinteractive.com, schedule a live web demo, and see their tables and their boards in action. That's sidelineinteractive.com. We want to thank Huddle for their support. Go to huddle.com and change the way you see the game. Huddle is going to provide your school, your teams, your coaches, and your athletes the tools that they need to play at the highest level. It's going to be a complete solution to the challenges that you face as an athletic director. Go to huddle.com and see why we believe in sports and teams believe in Huddle. Join the 6 million users and turn your school into a Huddle school. We also want to thank Final Forms. Final Forms is the industry leader in forms and registration, but they are so much more than that. Final Forms can help your stakeholders, your coaches, and you with all the forms, all the reports, all the communication that's involved with high school athletics. Go to finalforms.com/Jake and get started today. That's finalforms.com/Jake. And we want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic surveys are a quick, easy, and affordable way for you to collect comprehensive data that allows you to evaluate and improve your entire program. Athletic directors typically only hear back from that 2%, that squeaky wheel parent or a frustrated athlete. And we need to hear from them so we can affect positive change. But we also need to hear back from the 98% that love and support our program, and that's where Athletic Surveys comes in. They can create a custom survey that allows you to take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. So go to athleticsurveys.com and check them out today. That's athleticsurveys.com. Welcome back, everyone, to Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD podcast. We've got a friend of the show, Molly Tomlinson. She was a guest recently. She's the the assistant athletic director at Deerfield High School. That's in Deerfield, Illinois. But she's, not just a behind the scenes person. She's on the front lines and has some tech savvy that I thought would be a great episode for Tech Tuesday. So, Molly, welcome back to the podcast. And what do you have for our listeners on Tech Tuesday?
Yeah, thanks, Jake. No, I'm excited to share some information about just Gipper and some hopeful like tips, but just encouraging ways to get involved with it and the benefits that we have reaped in the last 3 years. So, am I good to just take it away?
Yeah, just go and take it. What do you got? You're the expert today.
So we have here at Deerfield High School, home of the Warriors. For the last 3 years, we have used Gipper, and each year we get a little bit stronger in terms of our social media presence. I would say Gipper has been a great way to help us brand our school and then specifically our athletic department. We have a newer part of our school, including a pool and a really beautiful gym. And it was built in 2015 and it still doesn't feel branded yet. And so we're working on that. And I think Gipper has given us a good platform to kind of also help us brand ourselves through social media. So I would say first and foremost, it's super easy to use. So like I said, I've gotten stronger in terms of how I utilize it, and we utilize it here in athletics each year. But it's great because it's customizable. It's very clean, so it's easy to use, and it has a very clean like feel when you look at it. You can include tons of information or little information. So really, depending on the template you use, there's a lot of things that you can include depending on what you want to share. And obviously, like I said, it's customizable. So you can tailor it to your needs. Anytime you do have a game, you can get your logos, you can upload all of those. And then you can upload different logos from opposing teams that will already be kind of in your Gipper kind of store, if you will. So let's get to the templates. So the templates are awesome. You can use them. There's tons of different themes. So like game day, for example, that's a popular one that we use here, just in terms of whatever sports you have that day, especially in the spring. We have 13 sports going on here in the spring. And so there's, a game day template's a great way to showcase those games. Player of the week or game of the week, depending on what your calendar looks like. Speaking of calendars, you can also have like their templates for schedules for the week or schedules for the month. You can choose different holidays if you want, or different special days like Athletic Trainer Month or Teacher Appreciation Day. This is one popular here. We do a lot of score updates. So coaches can use those to maybe halftime. They have an assistant coach or a manager who can use their phone, get on the app, because there's a Gipper app, which is awesome. I'll get to that in a minute. But you can kind of choose what you want, and you can have the template already on the app, and you can just literally plug in the numbers based on what the score is. And then I would say we probably use it the most for ticket information. The QR codes are amazing. So we can include QR codes, which I feel like a lot of schools, especially here in Illinois, use a lot. Our ticketing system is really going mostly electronic. And so that's just such a nice way, especially in the fall when you have like a big event going on, like a boys soccer game or a football game or a field hockey game here at our Adams Field. We really like to use those QR codes so that our fans can buy tickets and come watch us play. So you can also have your coaches have access to your account. So I say I do this, but you can have your coaches have access to everything I'm talking about, and then they have the ability to then brand their own program. You might have programs in your athletic department that they have their own core values. They might have their own slogans and things like that. And so this is a nice platform for them to showcase their program, but also like how unique they are compared to the others. When you do post on your so I typically create my posts on my computer just so it's just I can do it a little bit quicker. That's when I'm starting from scratch. But it's linked to Instagram and Twitter. So it's really nice. You create it, you save it, and then you obviously give it a name, and you can post it, and you can link it both to Twitter and Instagram, and it's literally a click away to getting it out there. And I guess I mentioned the app. I would say that's new and really nice. That's been a really nice game changer. No pun intended. Just on the sidelines. I try my best. I guess that's one of my goals for next year to do a little bit more of the score updates. I think it's nice for fans to kind of see that. But of course, we always encourage them to come see us in person if they can. So I couldn't say, greater things about Gipper. My goals for next year, in terms of utilizing it more, because I want to get better each year too, is to each week, we'd like to do just a schedule of the week, literally every week of every season. And we'd like to get that out on Mondays. So in my mind, on Fridays, I'll create, and I'll already have that template. And it's the same template. Again, the whole branding idea. I'll have the same template for each week, but then I'll update that. And I'll do that on a Friday, for instance, so that Monday it's ready to post, ready to go, so that our fans know what's going on in terms of our home events. And then my other goal is to also highlight and do a player of the week each week during our 3 seasons. And so working with the coaches, again, in my head, I'm working over the weekend with the coaches just to kind of give me their nominations for player of the week. Give me a really quick synopsis of how or the reasons for the nomination, and then as the athletic director and I can work together to then decide who's the player of the week, and then I can again easily put that out on Gipper. So it's a great way to showcase your school, showcase your programs, and super easy to use.
Yeah, again, we use Gipper to a Gipper graphic to post our podcast episodes, and you're absolutely right. An old guy like me that's not really tech savvy, it's so easy to use, and the templates that you mentioned, there's such a variety. You don't have to create something different. Gipper's already done that for you, and again, you talk about promoting your school, promoting your brand. That's where the kids are these days. They want to see that, and so many other schools are doing it. If you're not using Gipper to promote your teams, your coaches, your program, you're really missing out. Molly, really appreciate you taking some time today. As you said, spring sports is the busiest time for an AD. If one of our listeners did want to reach out and pick your brain a little bit more, find out more about Gipper or how you do things there at Deerfield, what's the best way they can get a hold of you?
Well, I would say certainly you can literally Google Deerfield High School, Illinois, athletics, and then you can check out our website, but you can email me as well, Tomlinson, Tomlinson at dist113.org.
Okay. Molly Tomlinson, thanks so much for sharing with us today. All the best with the spring sports, and hopefully we'll get you back on another Tech Tuesday down the road.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Hey, listeners, we do this every week and just about every day with new content, and we upload all of our Zoom videos to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We appreciate you listening today. Come back next Tuesday for another tech tip. And like I said, just about every day on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Thanks again for listening. Before we go, we do want to give a shout out to our great sponsors, Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Let them help you take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. Collect that data that can be so valuable. athleticsurveys.com for more information. Sideline Interactive indoor score tables and video boards. Set up a live web demo and check out their products. That's sidelineinteractive.com. Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. They've got one mission: to help you bring your school's legacy to life. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com/Jake. Check out their products and you get 5% off. Also want to thank Final Forms, the industry leader in forms and registration. If you want to help out your stakeholders, your coaches, and you as an AD, go to finalforms.com/Jake and see how. Want to say thanks to Snap Mobile. They are the parent company for an entire suite of platforms. Snap Raise is their fundraising platform. Do you want to get your money before you actually start your fundraiser? Nobody else offers that. Go to snapraise.com and see how it works. We also want to thank Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years. As an AD, I made sure our school is a Huddle school. Go to huddle.com, find out all the things that they can do for you. We also want to thank Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Do I need to say anything more? Go to hometownticketing.com to get started. And you just heard a great shout out for Gipper. Go to gipper.com. Use our code ADPOD10 and you'll get 10% off. That's gipper.com. Thanks again for listening to Tech Tuesday. We'll see you next time.